On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. No, I can't wait to get on that road again. On the road again.
Okie dokie.
Going places I have never been.
Like 4:30 almost. And I'm just now leaving Sunroom. For those of you that were interested, it means I put in 6.5, 7 hour day on my day off. Yeah, that part kind of sucks. But the good news is, everything seems to be kicking and working. So, what else could I ask for? Have the show tonight in just a few hours. We'll see who shows up. I sent, you'll love this. So I sent out the note about what we were going to be talking about. I sent it out yesterday afternoon. And to my knowledge, maybe Mike, and if he hasn't looked at it, he has a good reason. Maybe Mike has taken a look at it. Doesn't look like probably anybody else will be prepared yet again for the show this evening. This is the thing that I love about my co-host, is every reaction is a sincere reaction because they have no idea what I'm talking about. You know, they really don't take the time to prep for the show. Now they may surprise me, I doubt it, and say and of prep for today's show. But I'll be willing to wager that they did. I'll be willing to wager that Nate comes in at 5 to 7, which is we start the show at 7. Colin will be there at 6:30 because he's always early. He's usually busy eating. Nate's busy eating even though he slides in at 5 till. Just kills me because I eat at like 5, so that, or 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock at the absolute latest, so that I can be ready to let them in, to get the show started, to, you know, do whatever else needs to be done to get the show on the air. And I don't think it's too much, and you guys can comment in if you bother watching this, for you all to, you know, have a little bit of, not decency, but forethought, to look at the material that you're going to be discussing on a live internet radio show. Granted, we are just a live internet radio show broadcasting to hundreds of people. But I think that we need to bring up our game a little bit if we're going to be successful. Because I've said this all along, if people don't like what they're doing, they shouldn't do it. If you're not having fun, then get the hell out of it. Especially if it's a hobby. If it's your job, that's one thing. People have jobs all the time that they don't like. But if it's your hobby, or you say it's your hobby, and you're not having any fun doing it, why the hell would you do it? Why would you show up? Why would you put yourself through that? You know, if you don't enjoy it. I really enjoy doing the show, so I'm going to continue to do the show. I know I've talked to Mike. He enjoys doing the show. It's something he really likes doing. You know, so I hope that carries forward for him as well. But if Nate, Colin, whoever else is in the cast of characters, don't like doing the show, don't show up. It's mean, it's heartless, it's whatever, but I don't want you to be unhappy. Because the whole show is all about being happy and having fun, and that's what it's all about. You know, when I came up with the idea to do the Shaggy on the Road segment, it was a little bit disheartening to hear Nate, of all people, say, you know, that the only reason he would want to hear it is so that he could hear me sing "On the Road Again" by Willie Nelson, which I'm not going to. I found a great cover band to do that for me, and so far, woohoo, no copyright infringements. Either be excited for what someone else is willing to bring to the party, or bring something yourself, or get the hell out. That's all I ask. I don't think it's too much. With that said, interesting thing which happened at the tanning salon, and I wish I had been the person to do this. We had to run some wires, and the tanning booth rooms are open top. So you have this scenario where you might be climbing up on a ladder, might accidentally look down, might accidentally see someone undressing. It could be a guy, it could be a girl, whatever your preference is. It could be that, and that could make your job more difficult. Luckily, this time it did not happen. Because we would hate to see that. I would hate to see late 20-year-olds without any clothes on getting ready to tan. It'd be horrible. Much like if I was to accidentally, have to do wiring while they were doing a nipple piercing. That would be horrible as well. Nobody wants to see that. Except everybody. Replace the word nobody with everybody. And ever with always. I don't know. Well, we should have an interesting show tonight. Mike should have plenty to talk about because he went to the doctor's today. If you listen to the show before you hear this, Mike's got something that could be screwed up with his knee, could keep him from playing hockey. Of course, that's not what we want. We goof on him all the time for being a goalie, just a goalie. But the truth is that's one of his passions. That's what he likes to do. So I'm glad that he, so far has been able to do it, and I hope that he continues to be able to do it. So, Mike, from me to you, I hope everything turns out okay, and I'll find out in about 2.5 hours. We've had other scares throughout the show. Colin thought he was going to move to Washington for a while. That didn't happen. Nate's always talking about leaving and going someplace else. Hasn't happened yet. So, I seem to be the one constant because I'm stuck here, and I really enjoy doing it. In fact, I was thinking about going back to school, and one of the things I was thinking about doing was getting a bachelor's in broadcasting. Not that it would do a damn thing for me, and not that any DJ that I've ever heard says that that's a good idea. Everybody that I have talked to or that I have heard talk about it says, get your degree in something else. And then if you want to go into broadcasting, do an internship or whatever, get your experience, and then do it that way. But don't have your degree in broadcasting. It won't get you anywhere. We'll see. I mean, I like to learn. I'm one of those people that I do want to go back to school. In fact, I told my daughter that if we go back, that I would go back to school when she went to college. And she naively said, we won't be in the same classes, will we? I think I might have covered this on a previous show, but I said, no, we won't even be at the same school. Now, that's where I get Addie. I get that he just wants to be a brain. I don't get how he can be so smart, but yet fly off the handle and not react well to certain situations. I was going to help him do a show on Sunday with Gators. It just went down the tubes, and I think that in that particular situation, you had two people who both thought they had something to prove, that both wanted to have the bigger dick on the internet. And the truth is, you will never win a bigger dick contest on the internet. Much like in real life, you will never win a bigger dick contest unless you're actually comparing dicks. There is no one ever wins. Winning an argument on the internet is like winning Special Olympics. You're still special. And you'll never be anything but special. So the idea that you could have a screaming and fighting match and it would come down to anything that would be constructive, entertained me for a few seconds, and then I got bored with it. We're going to be trying out something new on the show, which I hope works tonight. It's going to be a chat room where you guys can chat in during the live show. We can see your feedback without having to do messengers or anything else. Basically, any computer. It prefers Firefox or Chrome, I'll be honest. It'll do IE as long as you're IE 8 or below. But it's nice because it's got our phone number, it's got our IM messengers, our email address, it's got the live video, and it's got a chat room underneath it. So we can see what you're chatting in. Hopefully that'll add to the experience on the show. So if you want to check that out, you'll have already heard this by now, by the time this gets posted, but it's ptrradio.com/live for the PTR Radio Show. We're special, we get live. If you're going to tune in for Eddie and Gabe, it's ptrradio.com/AG live. I think it's going to be great once it gets working and once we get people used to it, and it's really going to give us that edge that we need to get interaction with you guys, because sometimes y'all are quiet motherfuckers. You guys don't say a damn thing during the week, the off week, the show, anything, and so we have to guess on whether we're doing a good job or not, which is a little bit frustrating. That's the only part of the whole gig that I find frustrating is the feedback. I don't get a lot of feedback. I will say I did get feedback about the on the road again segment. I got 2 comments from the same person, but 2 comments nonetheless, and I hope that you are enjoying this segment of On the Road Again as well. If you have any suggestions for things you want me to talk about, it's got to last about 5-10 minutes. You can leave them either in the YouTube comments, or you can email me directly, shaggy@ptrradio.com, and I will see what I can do about working them into the discussion of On the Road Again. If you guys have viewer mail, this would be a great segment for me to grab some viewer mail, because what else can I do to distract myself from the business of driving than read a letter? That's right. We'll do letters. So send a letter in, shaggy@ptrradio.com, and I will go through and answer your fan mail while I'm driving. Let's see here. Driving, doing a video. I will start eating maybe. Drinking heavily. I think maybe just liquor. That'll be great. Loud music. Maybe I can get a tattoo while I drive at the same time. That would be about the only thing which could make this more dangerous. It could happen, folks. So to find out what is going to be on the next On the Road Again, you have to check out the webpage, facebook.com/PTR Radio, as well as our YouTube account, youtube.com/PTR Radio. I am Shaggy. You're not. This has been On the Road Again, episode 3. So see you later.